Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to efficiently pack for a backpacking trip, especially if it's your first time. Things that you should bring, how to actually pack it in your backpack and make it fit, and I'll be doing two different scenarios. The first one is going to be, a hot or humid place, maybe Southeast Asia or South America, and then the second one is going to be, a colder place, maybe Europe during the winter or something like that. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's talk about what you're going to be wearing on the airplane. So typically this is something that I would like to wear on an airplane, just a comfortable t-shirt that can double as a sleeping shirt. I like wearing thin sweatpants because, airports can get cold, but you don't want to bring something too warm to a destination like Thailand or Vietnam. And then I always like to bring this small, lightweight, raincoat. It actually folds up really small into its own pocket, and you can basically zip it up into a small pouch. But whether I'm wearing it or just wearing it around my waist for the airplane, just, you never know when you're going to a humid destination. It could be, frequent storms or random rainy weather, and especially since this folds up so small, I can always bring it in my backpack whenever I need to. So I'll just carry it with me on the plane or tie it around my waist. And then the last thing, some people, this might not be your cup of tea, but for me this is the best investment I ever made, is actually these hiking sandals. Similar to Tiva or Chaco, but I actually got them when I was backpacking in Indonesia, and when I'm backpacking I just bring these shoes. That way in my backpack I don't have to bring any other shoes. I just wear these on the plane, and then that's all I need. So, if it's a little bit chillier, I can just wear them with socks. But they're super comfortable. I typically don't wear them with socks. I can wear them hiking, I can wear them walking around. Some people think that they're too nerdy and they don't want to wear them, but I personally love them and I think you can't go wrong, especially when you're trying to save space backpacking, so you only need the one pair. So that's my airport outfit. Now let's look at what we're going to be packing for a hot or humid destination. So I have here my 40-liter backpack that I'm going to be packing everything into, and this is going to be the only thing that I'll be taking with me on this trip. So this is typically, I backpacked with this backpack specifically for about 4, maybe 5 months around Asia, and I just did laundry every chance I could, but this is typically what I would have in my backpack. So let's go ahead and take a deeper look. So first things first, just talking about your clothes. Typically, like I said, for Southeast Asia or South America, somewhere that's hotter, more humid, you're definitely not going to want to bring jeans or sweatshirt or any just in case items. It's going to be too hot for that, and it's too hot for a lot of tight clothes too. So I highly recommend bringing 3 to 4 flowy pants or capris, something like this. Just because, especially as a woman, if you want to go into some temples, you have to cover your knees. So I have these 2 pairs of flowy pants, and this is a pair of flowy overall type things. So that's 3. Then I have 5 shirts here, 3 of which are tank tops and 3 of which are just flowy plain shirts. Again, as you can see, my palette is pretty plain because I have, printed pants, so I might as well just go with some plain simple shirts that can just match with everything. And then shorts, I just bring 3 shorts, just 2 pairs of kind of flowy ones and 1 pair of, a little bit more solid ones. But either way, that's a total of 3 pairs of shorts, 3 pairs of pants, and 5 shirts that I have here. The outfit, like I described earlier as the airport outfit, will also double as my second sleeping outfit. But then I also bring another sleeping outfit, so a pair of shorts and a shirt, and then a shirt and a pair of thin sweatpants, just because sometimes you get to a hostel and maybe it's not the cleanest environment, so I want to wear pants to make sure that I don't get bed bugs or anything like that. But again, that's just a personal preference. If you don't care about that stuff, or you have one of those silk sleeping bags to get rid of bed bugs, then you can just bring 2 pairs of shorts and 2 shirts as you're sleeping. Then I just have, again, you don't really wear socks probably if you're in a hot destination, but I have 2 pairs of long socks here just in case. Some undergarments, I have 5 pairs of undergarments and 1 bathing suit. Then non-clothing related items, I have a foldable water bottle that I can attach to the outside of my backpack with this carabiner. I have my microfiber towel. I have my GoPro. I have a packable backpack. So once I unzip this, it becomes a smaller backpack that I use for daily adventures. I have my portable charger with a small USB charging cord, so that way if I ever need to charge it in my fanny pack or in my pocket, I don't have a long cord that's hanging down. I have my regular iPhone charger, my universal travel adapter, a blow-up neck pillow, so obviously I will blow that up when I'm ready to go on the plane. I have my tripod that has an attachment and a remote that I can use to take photos when I'm traveling by myself. And lastly, I have my toiletry bag and my brush. So these are all the things that I think is like the bare minimum of what you need. I don't really think that you need too much, especially, you know, if it's your first time backpacking, you're gonna think, oh, I need this, what if this, what if this? But I promise you, less is more. You can do laundry as often as possible, and it just makes your life a lot easier if you don't have that much stuff. So now that you've seen everything that I have for a typical backpacking trip, whether this is a week long or a couple months long, it doesn't really matter. You have everything that you need. Again, you can consistently do laundry, so if the trip is a couple months long, you're just repeating that week's worth of stuff over and over again for the next couple months. So let's go ahead and see how it fits into this backpack. So as we're packing this into the backpack, you want to start with the biggest items at the bottom. So if you brought another pair of shoes, that would be the first thing that you would put into the backpack. Obviously I didn't. So I will typically start with other items that are really thick, you know, maybe this towel or this backpack. And you want to roll all of your clothes. So you want to roll them as tight as you possibly can. So even this is, I would say, pretty big. So I would put this, you know, at the bottom. Everything else that's pretty thick, I would put it all the way down to the bottom of my backpack, and then finish at the top with, you know, this small thin tank top that rolls up into this teeny tiny roll. So first step is just figuring out what's your biggest items, what are your heaviest items and clunkiest items, so you can put them at the bottom. If you do have a pair of running shoes, then make sure you fill your running shoes with underwear, socks, any small items that can, you know, just take up space. So our first step is that we're going to be identifying that, and then I'm going to roll all of my clothes and fit it into my backpack. As you just watched in the time lapse, I just finished packing all of those things that I described earlier into this backpack, and it is only half full. So in this big pouch, I have all of the clothes that I talked about earlier, all my electronic devices, my toiletries, my brush. In this small outside pouch, I have all of my undergarments and my bathing suit. In this small pouch, I have my smaller electronics like my universal travel adapter and my charging cords. And then there's also another pouch right here underneath. Like, I don't typically put anything in it, but you know, there's always more room for that. And this backpack's great because you can also access things from the bottom right here. So for example, I have my toiletry bag right here. So if I wanted to, I could easily, you know, just zip it and take something out of it, or just take out the bag instead of going through the top. But again, like you can see, I packed all of that into my backpack and it's only half full. So now you can decide, do I want to bring other things? Do I want to put my laptop in here now that there's room for it? You know, it could just slide right in there. Fine. Okay. Do I want to bring other clothing items? Do I want to do that? But I typically, you know, I'm usually not traveling with my laptop sometimes, but I usually like to leave it this empty in case I want to buy anything when I'm traveling. So yeah, this is, like I said, the only bag that I would typically bring regardless of how long I'm going for, whether it's 2 weeks, 4 or 5 month trip. It's really not that full, which is awesome because then that means I can get some stuff while I'm traveling. Otherwise, if you feel like you need other stuff, of course, look, you have half of a backpack to fill up with more stuff. The only other thing that I would bring is this fanny pack for the plane ride, and I usually wear this every day, honestly, when I'm out doing adventures. which consists of my passport, my wallet with, you know, credit cards and money, and my earphones. So I just keep this on me at all times just because, you know, it's really not safe to be leaving it other places. So that's why it's perfect for me to just strap this fanny pack on, whether I'm traveling or just out for the day. And then it's with me all the time. So this is packing for a hot, humid nature destination, and look for my part 2 video, which is going to be a wintry city destination.
Make sure to subscribe for all the latest content.